All right, a little unboxing. So this is the Warrior. It's probably the cheaper brand from Harbor Freight, but I actually made a video making a chair, and I said I needed some countersinks and drill bits. So this is the set that Harbor Freight has. It's about 10 bucks. I think it was $9.99. So we're gonna unbox it and see what it's all about. So if I can get this piece of tape off. All right, that's all it is. Comes with a neat little case to hold them in. Has several different sizes. Dun, dun, dun. That one came out. All right, so we're gonna pick one that's gonna fit close to what size we're gonna be drilling in. So I'm just gonna be putting standard 2-inch deck screw into these pieces here. Let's use this one. So doesn't have any markings on the box. You just kind of have to see if there's any markings on the drill bit. Nope. Doesn't really tell you what it is. It does come with a key to set the depth of your drill and the depth of your countersink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the countersink depth, if I can get this to unscrew. So I wanna just seat, now I can't get it out. I just wanna just seat the head of the screw. So I'm gonna bring it down pretty tight. Tighten this one up. So that's gonna give it just the head of the screw to set. Let me tighten that up a little bit. Then tighten up the shank on the drill bit itself. That's good. Put that in here. Chuck it up in my drill, like so. So if you see, you have to focus on that. Just gonna set the head of the screw. Show you what the difference is. So I'm gonna drill this and back the camera up a touch so we can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna drill this out close to the edge of the board. So obviously you gotta crank down on this to get it pretty tight because it started spinning on the shank. All right. Okay. All right, let's try this again. All right. So that's the kind of hole it set. Now we're gonna drill one of these 2-inch into this board. Below it, should go through about a 1/2 inch. And see what we get. There we go. No split inch. We'll do it on about the same spot on this one. Let's see, right about there. Well, there's no split on that either. So, not a really good example of what it does, but you can see it did set the screw. And obviously on this piece of wood, it didn't really matter. Now these are thinner. These are more likely to crack. So let's do it about the same spot. Not the sharpest drill bit in the world, I have to admit. All right, so we set that one, didn't go through. Now let's drill these two into this piece of wood and see what happens. Set that one in. This one's already split. There. that's actually what that countersink is for, is to keep this from happening. So this is the Warrior set. It has, where's the one that I just used? Here we go. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do too, just to give a little more time to this video. This is a really short one. It's got this extra play. So let's go loosen this shank up. Gotta loosen it up on both sides. Looks like it's tight. I didn't realize it has set through on both sides. So we're gonna set it at its deepest setting. Let's see what that looks like. Crank down on that pretty good. I'm gonna chuck it back up in here. Put it on the other side of this brick right here, or this board. I could speed my drill up a little bit. It's stuck again. Okay, now see, now that's not great. Hold on a second, let me get a pair of pliers. See, not impressed with that, and it holds a lot of stuff inside the teeth of it. All right, so we're gonna put it back on here and tighten down on the one that actually tightens down the drill a little bit more. It actually drilled a decent depth hole. There's another one over here. Let's spin this one around. Let's try this again after cranking down. It's still spinning inside it. Not terribly impressed with these so far. I don't know. Now it's like that worked better, but looks like I've bent the actual drill bit. You can actually put this on another drill bit, which I might suggest, because these aren't as fast. They look like they're fast because they're not as spiral as a regular drill bit. But I'm not really impressed with how these cut in. I want to take this off and see if I've actually bent. Now it's really tight. Let's see. Huh. Getting less and less impressed with these. It's bent a little maybe. And let's cinch it down on this. Bring it right up here to the top of the threads. I'm gonna cinch down both sides. Yeah, it's got a set screw actually on both sides. 180, 180. Cinch this sucker back. Chuck it back up. Oh, it's fun when I don't have a hole drilled in too much. I guess I'm gonna drill it back in the back part of this one and see how it does. That did better, I have to admit. So it can do a pretty deep countersink, or you can do a shallow one. But that's kind of the review. There's not really much more to review on it. There's, like I said, there's 6 of them in here. And it will keep me from doing what I did when I built my chairs. So what I did when I built my chairs was I would take and I would drill a hole in the lumber, and then I would take this bit, which is a torque, and I would just do this and make a little countersink like that, and then sink my screws into it. So this hole is a lot cleaner than that. Anyway, That's what a countersink's used for. These are pretty good. Just if you if you do get them, don't do like I did and think there's only one set screw. Set both set screws tight, and I think you'll be all right. I think they'll be okay.